Hello, sports fans, and I welcome everyone to another edition of Sportsmemo's College Football Forecast. I'm your host, world champion handicapper, Las Vegas's biggest daily sports bettor, Joe D'Amico. Now, my friends, you're going to receive a ton, and I mean a ton, of free winners from some of Sportsmemo's documented winning cappers. Providing today's winners, guys, we got such a great response from last week's panel. I brought them both back. So today's panel, guys, the body, Mr. Jesse Schule, the pioneer of the sports betting industry, Mr. Ross Benjamin, myself, Joe D'Amico. My friends, during the show, you're going to see a discount scroll across the bottom of the screen. There it is right now. Look at it. Look at it. Look at it. Guys, take advantage of this discount. It is mind-blowing this week. It's so great. I bought it myself. Check this discount out. Sports Memo really outdid themselves. All three cappers on the show, meaning Jesse, Ross, and myself. All of our plays for Saturday and Sunday, all sports inclusive, $69, a $400+ value. Wow. Like I said, I bought it myself. Take advantage of that. It'll pay for itself in the first hour. You get three of the best cappers on the planet. Saturday and Sunday, all sports included. And guys, if you like what you hear, like and follow the Sports Memo YouTube channel and our Twitter page. And by all means, comment, repost our stuff. We want to hear from you. Want to know what you like, what you don't like. Guys, let me just say hello to the panel real quick. To my friend Jesse, to my friend Ross, welcome to the show, guys.
Hey, how's it going, Joe? Jesse?
Nice to see you again, Joe. You're as handsome as ever.
Well, this is a good-looking panel, I can tell you. At least on this panel, the guys don't have to, look away or turn it up. They can actually look at us. We're three good-looking chaps. I'm proud to be here with you guys. We had such a good show last week. As a matter of fact, anybody that watched last week, if you're keeping score, you went 9-3 in our free plays. If our free plays went 9-3, what do you think the premium plays from Jesse, Ross, and myself are going to do? Guys, we're going to go into our first game. We're going to bring on the body. He's going to tell you about our first college football winner, Mr. Jesse Schule. Jesse, can you tell us what you got, please?
Well, I'm looking at Utah against Oregon in the Pac-12. This is a big game. This is the best two teams in the Pac-12. But more importantly, this is the game that's probably going to decide if Oregon is going to stay in the top four teams for the college football playoffs. Now, a lot of people don't like the Pac-12. A lot of people don't like Oregon. But there's no doubt that after beating Ohio State on the road, they deserve to be ranked in the top four in the country. However, this is not quite the same Oregon team that upset Ohio State. In that game against Ohio State, their running back, C.J. Verdell, scored 3 touchdowns. He led the team in rushing and receiving, and he's no longer there. He's banged up, and since the injury to Verdell, their offense hasn't been quite as potent. They've been struggling a little bit against inferior opponents, and this is a really tough game on the road at Utah. This is not a game that Oregon is expected to win. Utah is undefeated at home, and they have a nasty defense. They rank first in the Pac-12 in sacks and tackles for a loss. And I think the Ducks could be in trouble here at Utah. I mean, the home team has won the last 3 head-to-head meetings between these two teams. And I think in a hostile environment, the Ducks are going to come up short in Utah.
There you go. Mr. Jesse Schule. Jesse is doing some amazing work over at Sports Memo. He's going to tell you, because I know you all want to know, I want to know what he's got going on the premium side, college football this week. And Jesse, please.
Well, Joe, I was looking at my overall stats for the year, and dating back the last 6 months, amazingly, I'm hitting between 64 and 65% with my totals. So I'm shifting my focus this weekend, and last weekend I did quite well with totals as well. So I'm going to be focusing on a lot of totals this week. You're going to want to catch that at Sports Memo.
There you go. Mr. Jesse Schule. Guys, he is on leaderboards of several sports. And by the way, if you go to either Ross, Jesse, or myself, you will see that package that you got going across the bottom. So you can go to me, you go to Jesse, you go to Ross, either one, any one of us, you will get that package if you want it. 3 great cappers, 2 days, all sports, $69. We're going to go from one great capper to another. I know it. You know it. He's a pioneer in the sports betting industry. Guys, he's been on leaderboards since before they had leaderboards, and I love him. You love him. The best smile in the business. He's going to tell us about his first college football winner, Mr. Ross Benjamin. Ross, welcome to the show, buddy.
Thank you, Joe. You're too kind. All right, we're going to look at a game that's not going to get a lot of national recognition, but where there's value. Louisiana Lafayette, who's the latest college football AP poll, is ranked number 22. They're traveling to take on the Liberty Flames And Liberty right now is a 4.5-point favorite. So let's think about this for a second. You got UL Lafayette, who's 9-1. Their only loss came in their season opener against Texas. They've won 9 in a row. They're ranked number 22 in the country, and they're a 4.5-point underdog at 7-3 Liberty. Can you say sucker play, Joe? I can't, okay? Because the books are begging you to take the ranked underdog against the unranked favorite. I'm not falling for the trap. This line opened at 3.5. It moved to 4.5. Sharp guys like Jesse and Joe moved that line, I'm sure. And Liberty's also coming off a bye week. In their last game, they went up against Ole Miss on the road. That's number 12 Ole Miss. Gave them all they can handle in a 27-14 loss. So I like Liberty here at home. Lay the 4.5. They win by 2 touchdowns over number 22 ranked Louisiana Lafayette.
Wow. Well, guys, he has made one of the most successful careers in the sports betting industry, spotting those traps and giving you information on them, guys. And I got to know, I know you want to know what he has going on college football on the premium side this weekend. So let's bring that handsome guy back. Ross, what you got going on for our viewers out there, college football premium side, please?
Well, let's start with this. Last Saturday, I went 5-2, including my 10-star game of the week on the Ohio State Buckeyes, minus 21, as they just pulverized Purdue and covered the spread. My 2 losses were by a combined 2.5 points. Folks, I'm on a nice roll. After a slow start in college football, heating up right now, 11-5 with my last 16, 14-7 with my last 21. I'll have 5 huge picks in college football on Saturday, including my 10-star game of the week.
Well, he sold me, and I know he sold you guys. Nothing but winners from Ross for decades in this industry. You know, I talk about Ross because I love him. I've been a fan for many years. He is a friend. I'm honored to call him my friend. But, guys, you do something once. You do something twice, you're lucky. Do it year in, year out like Ross Benjamin does. Take advantage of that discount you see going across the bottom. All 3 good-looking cappers, mind you. All 3 good-looking winning cappers. Ross, Jesse, myself. Saturday and Sunday, all sports, $69. Guys, last week on the show, Joe D goes 4-0 between college and pro football on the free plays. I got another free play for you today. Really spotted. I love it. I want to talk about it. I want you to know about it. My friends, Minnesota has been through quite a bit this season, to say the least. They lost 3. Their 3 top running backs all went down, one after the other. And yet, they still rank 22nd in the nation in rushing. Astounds me. After rattling off 4 consecutive wins and covers, more importantly, remember, we're here to cover. The Golden Gophers have lost and failed to cover their last 2 outings. Well, folks, no need for any concern because pulling in to Memorial Stadium to face the Big Ten cellar dweller, the Indiana Hoosiers, is just what the doctor prescribed for them to get back on track. Indiana, which is 0-7 in conference play this season, they own some of the nation's poorest offensive numbers, and lining up against college football's 18th scoring defense here, things will go from bad to worse for the Hoosiers. Trust me, this will get ugly. Defensively, they're not going to be able to stop the ball-carrying tandem of Thomas and Irvin. Guys, these are their 4th and 5th string backs, and they still combined for over 981 yards rushing and 5 TD in backup roles. It amazes me. Here's some ATS trends for you. The Golden Gophers, 5-1, the last 6 versus the Hoosiers, 12-3-1, the last 16 on the road. So tough to cover on the road. This team has been doing it for years. 7-2-1, the last 10 in Big Ten play. Mini wins this game by double digits, so laying a TD, I'm not afraid of it here, guys. I also want to tell you, last week, not only was Ross and Jesse good luck for me and anybody that followed me, man, it was the whole weekend. 4-0-1 on premium plays on college football Saturday, won my 2 big games again. Sunday, when I know it's the college football thing, Sunday, won both big game winners. Overall, guys, my big games between college and pro football this season, 29-6. Now, I'm a numbers guy. To me, it's always about what the line offers me and my followers in value. So all of my games are going to be up Thursday night for both Saturday and Sunday. There's going to be at least 1, possibly 2 games a month in there. Keep following. You'll keep winning. Take advantage of that 3-for-1 there. You know, here in Vegas, if you want to pay for 3-for-1, it's very expensive. I'm just kidding. Guys, I couldn't help it. I like to make Vegas jokes, but you know, you get 3 documented winning handicappers, $69 all weekend. That's amazing. Guys, this is that point in the show where I want to tell you about a couple of major line moves from that my friends over the Superbook at the Westgate, my favorite book in Vegas to watch a game, certainly the better game. They got more bets, more props than any 5 books combined. I spoke to them today. There were 2 college line moves they wanted to make you aware of. The first being Iowa State went from 5 down to 3.5. They think this might even close 3. It's all sharp money on that game. The Nebraska game, 10.5 down to 9.5. They wouldn't be surprised if it goes to 9. So sharp money moves, Iowa State and Nebraska, from our friends over at the Superbook at the Westgate. Guys, don't touch your channel. Don't change channels. Stay around. We got another round of college football winners from documented winning handicappers, Jesse Schule, Ross Benjamin, and Joe D'Amico. We're going to go right back to the body. You love him. I love him. He's one of the best there is in the business. Multiple leaderboards he is on. Since the computer age began. I love him. You love him. I want to know what Jesse Schule is giving everybody on his second free college football winner. Jesse, can you tell us what you got going on, please?
Well, Joe, I'm looking at Oklahoma minus the 3.5. You mentioned that the sharp money has driven this line down. It's come down almost 5 points since it opened. And I think if the sharp money was on Iowa State, it might have been on Iowa State when the line was a little higher. At this price, I don't think it's very sharp at all to have Iowa State. So the Sooners lost to Baylor last week on the road. That wasn't that big of a surprise. I was 3-1 with my free picks last week on this show. One of those picks was the under in that Baylor Oklahoma game. They were expected to struggle against that Baylor defense. Now they're back home. They're playing Iowa State. Iowa State's coming off of another road loss to Texas Tech, and they gave up 31 points in the first half of that game alone. This Iowa State team is not great on the road. Their defense is not nearly as good as it has been in previous seasons. They've lost 3 of their 4 Big 12 road games. They've allowed an average of 32 points in those games. I was reading an interesting story on ESPN just this morning about the Texas Tech radio announcers are suspended for Texas Tech's next game because of the criticism levied at the officials in the last game. And they showed some pictures of some of the calls that the referees made. And I got to say, if picture's worth 1,000 words, it looked like those radio announcers were correct in their criticism of the officials. It looks like Texas Tech probably should have blew out Iowa State last week. So, yeah, I think expecting Iowa State to come in and compete with Oklahoma on the road is perhaps a fool's errand, and we're going to take Oklahoma minus 3.5.
There you go. The body, Mr. Jesse Schule. Guys, he sold me. He's like E.F. Hutton. I don't know if any of you are old enough to remember the old E.F. Hutton commercials. When E.F. Hutton talks, people listen. When Jesse Schule talks, people listen. Speaking of somebody who you must listen to, guys, often imitated, never duplicated, the one, the only. He's going to give you a second college football winner, Mr. Ross Benjamin. Ross, your second winner, please.
Yeah, Baylor at Kansas State. And we're talking about Oklahoma and Baylor off that upset win over then undefeated Oklahoma. Thank God, because now we don't have to go through another year of watching Oklahoma choke in the college football playoff and get blown out. So that did us a favor. Now, having said that, Baylor, with that win, catapulted themselves to a number 11 in the college football poll. And now they travel to Kansas State, who's unranked, yet this is a pick'em game, similar to my last pick. How's that possible, Joe? Well, I'll tell you how it's possible. Because Baylor is not going to be come close, I should say, to matching the mental and physical intensity that they displayed last week at home in that upset of Oklahoma. Now they go on the road against a Kansas State team that comes in having won 4 in a row, but still is unranked, and it's a pick'em game. Again, you got to think like a bookmaker, Joe. We know how that goes. And when you think like a bookmaker, you're going to be one step ahead of the curve, because if you think you're smarter than odds makers, you're destined to fail. So I'm going to think like a bookmaker here. They're begging you to take Baylor. I'm going with Kansas State as a pick'em over number 11 Baylor.
There he goes. Mr. Ross Benjamin. You know, Ross doesn't know this, but I've been a fan for so many years. I'm honored, like I said earlier, to call him a friend. But me being on the panel with Ross is kind of like Kind of like me getting to play Pepper with Mickey Mantle. I mean, it's just amazing. The guy's been winning for so long. And honestly, you hear him. You're getting insights from guys like Jesse, Ross, and myself who have 3 different ways of looking at games, but yet 3 documented winners. And I know at least one of us has something tailor-made for you. Take advantage of those discounts, of that discount you see going across the bottom of the page. Now, guys, there is another game, man. I've had this team a few times this season, and I really love it. I want to talk about a marquee game on the board this week. Guys, Clemson fans, first of all, I want to start by saying I'm sorry. But don't get too excited over the team's 3-game straight-up win streak. For us bettors, the Tigers are still point spread poison. 2-8 ATS mark this season. Wake Forest, which, guys, 6-0 in conference play this season, has a chance to lock up their first ACC Atlantic title since when? 2006. And trust me, folks, nothing would be sweeter than clinching it this week against this team, which has dominated this league for years. The Tigers' defense is good, but in 3 of their last 4 contests, and by the way, I'm throwing out the Connecticut Husky games because they stink. 3 of the last 4, their stop unit has allowed 71 points. They're leaking a bit, folks. The Deacons own the nation's number 2 scoring offense. They average 44.7 a game. Sam Hartman, stud. You don't hear about him a lot because there's some bigger names in the quarterback position throughout college football. He's tallied 3,163 yards passing, a 60% completion rate, 30-8 on the ratio. And to me, and to everybody out there, I mean, Stevie Wonder could see he's much more reliable than his counterpart, DJ Ugalele, which I know, Jesse, he's one of our favorite names, Ugalele. We like him even better than Tagovailoa. Anyway, Wake Forest is shaking up and gotten to much better quarterbacks this year, folks. The team is 5-2 ATS the last 7 meetings with the Tigers, 13-6 the last 19 as a road dog. Tigers 0-4 the last 4 versus teams with a winning record, 2-8 ATS the last 10 in the favorite role. This goes back to even when they were good, guys. Take Wake Forest. I like them on the money line. Last week on this show, I gave you 2 dogs, and I told them take them outright on the money line, but take the points anyway. Always err on the side of caution. They both won outright this week. They do it again. Wake Forest gets you paid. Now, guys, I am very excited. I want to bring everybody on for this last part of the show where I get to talk about, run down everybody's games. And then I got a couple of quick announcements I'm very excited about. You're going to be so excited, guys, out there in sports land. You're not going to need a Viagra again. First of all, let me run down some games. My friend Jesse Schule came in with Utah Utes -3.5, Oklahoma Sooners -3.5, Ross with the Liberty Flames -4.5, Kansas State Wildcats -1. Your handsome host, your humble handsome host, Joe D'Amico, Minnesota Golden. I can't put a laugh. I'm sorry, guys. Minnesota Golden Gophers -7, Wake Forest Deacons +4.5. Those are some big winners. Now, guys, sports fans, I want to keep everybody on for this. We would love it if you followed the Sportsmemo YouTube channel. It's 100% free. And also follow us on our Twitter page. Like, comment, share our posts. Let us know what you like. Let us know what you don't. We want to keep coming back to you. We want to keep supplying good, solid information for you. We want to make you happy. We want to make you keep coming back. Guys, that discount, one more time. What a discount. Get all 3 documented winning cappers you see on the show. Me, Ross, and Jesse. This Saturday and Sunday, November 20th, 21st, all sports included, just $69, over a $400 value, 3 champions, 2 days, all sports, $69. Just click on any of our pages, and you're good to go to get all 3 of us. You'll see that as you click on our pages. One more thing, guys. Next week, it's a special week. It's Thanksgiving. We're going to do an early week show on Tuesday. We're going to have another special guest come in, the First Lady of Las Vegas, the best-looking person in the D'Amico house. I can't believe there's somebody better looking than me. But the best-looking person in the D'Amico house, my wife, Dion D'Amico, she's going to be on. So Jesse, Ross, and myself are all going to be on with Dion. We're going to each cover all the Thursday games. You're going to get a free winner in every game from one of us, guys. And then we're going to be doing our normal weekend college and pro football shows a day early, so you're going to be able to get it a day early. So we don't want to bother you on Thanksgiving. We want you to relax, enjoy all the free winners you get from all of us on the show on Tuesday. You'll get it all. Now, guys, I want to thank Sportsmemo, your one-stop shop for all your sports betting needs. Our wonderful panel of experts. Most of all, I want to thank you, viewers. Without you, we wouldn't be here. Keep coming back. We're going to keep supplying free and the best premium winners on the planet. On behalf of Sportsmemo, Jesse Schule, Ross Benjamin, I'm Joe D'Amico. Good luck. Have a winning day.